Hey, what's up, y'all? So, I'm back. I'm sorry for the delay. I was supposed to have been come back and give you guys this review on the You Pretty Hair. And, yeah, it took me a little while because I've been just going through some personal things that arose, working, school, all of that stuff. And then on top of all of that, I just wanted to be able to take the hair through some different changes and things of that nature, just so that when I came to you guys with the review, I would be able to answer most of the questions that you probably are thinking when it comes to the hair. And unfortunately, even with all this time that have passed, I still wasn't able to fully do certain things with the hair that I would like to been able to do, so I can give you some feedback on that stuff. And that's another reason why it took a little while, and I just was tired of making you guys wait. And I know you guys probably have been looking out for this review because, again, I did the first review only because when I was researching this hair, it wasn't many reviews on the company or vendor, as you call it. So I'm back today to give you a review on this You Pretty Hair the best that I can. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna do today. So just to refresh your memory, or if this is the first time you've watched my video, whatever, this is hair from, it's still in my head as you can see, this is from a vendor on AliExpress called You Pretty Hair. Okay, and when I purchased this hair, I have been wearing braids and different styles of that nature for almost a year, I guess you can say. And my last weave was probably October 2017, and I was just over it. I wanted to wear some weave. I wanted to be able to wear, you know, some ponytails and straight styles and curls and things like that. I was just over the braids and stuff for a while. So I also didn't have much money to spend and splurge on weave like some people do. I'm not that girl. Again, I'm the frugal goddess. I like sales, I like discounts, I like to make the biggest bang with my bucks. So I happened to get an email from this vendor, and they had like a 70% off sale or something of that nature going on, and I was like, you know, let me check it out. Clicked on the link, put in the lengths that I wanted, the style that I wanted, and everything, and it only came to less than $100. I believe this hair was about 95 and some change, which was awesome to me, so I jumped on it. Again, because of the price, I was a little skeptical about it, but I decided to take my chances. So I ordered the hair, and it probably took about 4 days to come. And then I waited about a week or two to install it, only because I had a goddess fox lock styling that I did for my birthday, and I spent a lot on that hairstyle, and I kind of wanted to wear it as much as I could before I took it out. I was just over it. It was heavy on my head. It was hot. It was hard to put it in buns and ponytails without hurting my head all day. So, you know, eventually I took it out and I got my weave installed by a stylist. And yeah, so now I'm back to give you some feedback on this hair. So as you guys know, if you did watch the first video, not telling you have to, but if you want to, you can go ahead and check that out. If you subscribed, you should see it under my videos. But again, the hair was from a vendor on AliExpress called You Pretty Hair, and I bought the I did not get the loose wave this time. Sorry, loose wave is usually my go-to weave. I actually bought the water wave hair, which I was, again, a little skeptical about, because the first time I ever bought water wave hair was probably back in like 2014. I had the most worst experience with that hair ever and said never again. But I usually do loose wave, but I wanted something that the waves was more defined, and when I wetted or put conditioner, like, you could really see it easily. Like, I didn't have to do much. Don't get me wrong, with loose wave hair, I still don't have to do much to make it wave up, but the waves are not as defined as it is with this water wave hair. So I took my chances and I did the water wave, and honestly, I am so glad I did, because when this is waved up, the wave pattern is beautiful. Like, the first time I wore it in the wavy state, everybody was complimenting me all day on the hair. Like, it is amazing. So I ended up getting a 16-inch closure, 18 and 2 20-inch bundles. And again, I only paid about 95 and some change for all of that, so that was amazing. Again, I purchased the hair, I believe on a Thursday or something of that nature, and I got it by like Monday or Tuesday. So again, it took no more than about 4 or 5 days for me to receive the hair. my initial review is in the first video, and that's basically the unboxing and opening and my first reaction to the hair. But again, this hair, when I first took it out the picture, was like, oh my god, it was so freaking soft. It was just like a butter baby. That's what I called it. It was like butter baby. Like, oh my goodness, I was just praying, hoping that this would be some good hair. And I know it wasn't going to be the best out there in the market, of course. Like, listen, let's be for real. But I was just hoping for the price. It was some good hair and it would work. And let me tell you guys, it's not the best hair in the world, but it's not the worst, because I've dealt with worse weave before. So I had it installed on July 19th, I believe. And it is now September 4th. So you can say I basically had this hair in for almost 2 months. Since getting it installed, I have not taken it out and had it reinstalled. I did have my closure maintained though. Basically, I did have the closure taken out and then redone, because you know your hair grows and it pushes back. So I did have that done. Unfortunately, it is time for me to have it done again, but I do not want to get it done again. I actually want to just take the whole install off, you know, wash my real hair, take care of it, let it breathe and stuff before I get weave put back in, if I do weave again right away, because I'm not sure just yet. But yes, so when I first got it put in, the first thing I always do with weave, if it's not already straight hair, is I have the stylist straighten it, flat iron that baby straight. I want it bone straight, as straight as it can get. I want to see if this baby can be bone straight. She did it. It was bone straight. It was awesome. And the reason I always get the hair bone straight when I first get it installed is only because, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a stylist, and I have a problem with getting it bone straight when I flat iron it myself. Like, don't get me wrong, I can flat iron it and it'll be straight, but it will not be that silky smooth bone straight that the stylists get with their products. Like, I don't know what they be doing, what kind of irons and things they be using, but for some reason they like miracle workers when they straighten that hair, baby. And I had her do that, and baby, it was bone straight. And even she was amazed by the quality of hair at the time, so it was cool, you know what I'm saying? I got it straight. Honestly, I wore it straight for a good 2 weeks. Halfway into the second week, it did start to, like, you know, get little slight waves, but nothing too crazy, not even enough to make me take my own flat iron and then go over it, because sometimes it'll start waving up and I'll just use some little bit of spritz and I'll go over it with the flat iron just to keep it straight as long as possible. But I did not even have to do this with that hair. So that was great. Around August, the first week of August, I believe, I actually washed it, and I was gonna re-straighten it, but I'm in New York, and lately in New York it's been extremely hot. We are in September now, and it is 90 degrees right now. It is about 5:40 p.m. and it is still 90 degrees outside. It is not too much wind blowing and none of that. Like, it's just hot. So instead of re-straightening it, I did not feel like dealing with the heat, the energy, whatever. Again, it's water wave hair, so when it gets wet, it waves up anyway. So when I washed it and conditioned it that day, I didn't do anything to it. I just let it air dry and called it a day. And the waves was pretty. Yes, it was amazing. So honestly, I've been wearing it in its natural, you can say its natural wavy state, since the first week of August. And the only thing, honestly, I did not get around to doing that I really wish that I could have did for you guys was curl it with like a curling wand or curling iron or something, so that I can be able to tell you guys how good it holds a curl or anything of that nature. But again, it's just been so hot that I just not have had the time or the patience to really sit here and take my time to curl it, because number one, it takes a lot. It's 3 bundles and a closure on my head, and I have a small head. I was surprised the girl can get all 3 bundles on my head. She probably just like left like one little strip that she cut off that she couldn't fit, but for the most part that was amazing, because most people only get 2 bundles and maybe a half on my head. So that was great. So it doesn't seem like it's a lot in these braids, but it's enough here on this head, okay? And in order to get the curls that I want, I have to do it like row by row by row, parted in 4s, curl, curl, curl. And then I don't use a curling iron. I love curling wands now, so I use a curling wand. And I just didn't have the patience. And then I would have been so mad if I would have did that and the curls would have dropped, or the heat just would have made the curls, you know, like, it's just been too hot. And this heat, the best thing for me is to just be able to wet it, put a little bit of oil conditioner, you know, use a denim brush or a wide tooth comb just to define it a bit and keep it moving, because I be on the go. I work, again, I go to school. Like, I just listen, I be tired. I don't have time. So yeah, I'm sorry guys, I could not curl it for you. So I honestly cannot tell you how good this hair holds a curl. If I get a chance to actually take my time and curl it, I will come back and just do a quick little short video just to give you guys feedback on the curl. This coming weekend here in New York, it's supposed to cool down and be in like in the 70s. It is supposed to be a little bit rainy though. So again, I'm still not sure. But then again, I look at it maybe like that's the best time to actually attempt to do curls. Only because you know how the rain is when it comes to hair. And when you do certain styles, when it rains, the rain is gonna make it poofy. It's not gonna hold. So maybe I'll do that this weekend just to really test it out and see how good it holds the curl in the rain or a little bit of heat or whatever. But we'll see. If I do that, I will just leave a quick video for you guys just on that. If not, then I'm sorry. Maybe next time. Other than that, let's get into the closure. Let's start with that. Let's get into the closure. So the closure did not come with bleached knots, which shouldn't be surprising. Again, it's an AliExpress vendor. Not all of them pre-plug or have bleached knots for their frontals and closures and things. So this vendor did not have a like bleached closure. So my stylist did bleach it. I believe she used a 20 or 30 developer on it, and she left it on there for about 20 to 25 minutes. So basically, she did the bleach on the closure, hung it up, you know, so that the product could take effect. And while I was waiting the process, she actually braided my foundation of my hair to start doing the install. So by the time she finished with that, it was time to, you know, rinse the closure and wash it out or whatever. So that was great. And it took, like, it lightened easily. It didn't take much to lighten it. Honestly, it did get a little light. I don't know if you guys can see this here. So that's the closure. So the closure wasn't too bad. It did match the wave pattern at first. Then over time, it just, like, now when I condition and things, it doesn't match. That's why I have these braids in, to be honest with you. So with these braids, what I do is like wet the hair, and then I do the lock method some days. Some days I'll just do parts of the lock method. So what I basically do is wet the hair, and then I'll put some, like, you know, some lotion kind of products, some oil, and then some leave-in conditioner, and then I just braid it while it's wet. Sometimes I do 4 braids, sometimes I do 2. The days I want the waves to be more the front than the front, I'll do 4. Some days I just need it to be like, you know, so you can see it. I just threw the 2 in today because I was out earlier today, and I'm supposed to be going back out later, so I wasn't sure if I really felt like taking the time out to do 4 today. So I just did the 2, and I'll probably throw on a headband later anyway, so the front won't really matter much. And when I take these braids out, you'll see the wave pattern. So sometimes I'll just take it out and go as is, or I'll take it out and like do a finger comb. Sometimes I'll do like the Y2 comb or a Denman brush, depending on how I feel with the way it looks when I take the braids out. Yeah, so the closure part did not, after the first couple of days, and I did a deep condition, well, not a deep condition, but I did like a cold wash with conditioner, and I noticed then that the wave pattern from the closure was not this. Matter of fact, let me rephrase that. It was not that the wave pattern was not the same. The wave pattern in the closure did not keep that wave like the bundles did. Like, these bundles are amazing. The wave pattern for this water wave bundles is amazing. No matter how many times I wet it and braid it up or do whatever with it, the curls come, the wave pattern comes, and you can see it, and they're amazing. And they start from like the top, and they flow. The closure is not the same. A lot of vendors have this problem with their closures and things like that, and the problem with that is because if you have like a pattern, like a body wave or loose wave or curly or something on nature, what I noticed with like closures is that the pattern will not start from the root in the closure. It'll usually start from like about here, and that's the same thing with this one. So the pattern started maybe from about here, but then on top of that, over time, it just lost it, gone. So like when I notice, like when I wet it and I do like a wide tooth thing, whatever, all the waves from the bundles will be there, but in the front you won't see it. So again, that's why I have it braided, so that when I take it out, it'll give it some type of body to match the waves, because yeah, it's the front. You need the front to be popping, okay? Let's be for real. Other than that, I really didn't have many problems with the closure so far. I do believe that it did shed a bit. I'm pretty sure some strands in the closure did come out. How many, I really can't say. Again, I'm not an expert on this stuff. I'm just here to give you guys really just an honest review on here that didn't have many reviews, just to help you people out if need be. And yeah, so that's the thing with the closure. I don't believe I have any bald spot just yet. I did notice that in the part, maybe in the front, it did look a little like it may be starting to come out, but I can still work with it. It's still not giving me no problems for that much. So honestly, I won't really know until I take this install out and really get to look at it to see what's going on with it. If it is, I'll come back and leave a review. Maybe I'll just write it down in the description box or something about that. But yeah, so I'll let you guys know about that also. Then, okay, so let's get into the shedding since we just touched base on that. The biggest thing about this hair that I'm going to say is the most negative thing ever is the damn shedding. It sheds, guys. And I don't mean that shedding when you be seeing people giving reviews and they be like, oh, let me run my fingers through it. You see that? It's just like 1 or 2, which is normal. No, this hair sheds and it's so annoying. Okay? It sheds. Like, it sheds a lot. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys. So when I just came in, I parted it in 2. I did pin one side up. Took the wide tooth comb. Took my hands, wet them. That's how I wet, run my fingers through it to get a little wet. Same thing with the oil. Same thing with the conditioner. And then I put it in a braid. Let me show you guys the hair that it was left over in my sink stopper when I was done with both sides of this hair. This is the shedding that I got just from doing that to put this in these 2 braids. Let me show y'all. See this? This. All of this. That's a lot. I don't know. That is a lot, guys. Okay? That is a lot of. It's a lot. So you can't really see it. That's a lot. And that's just, again, just doing that for this. So, again, I had this hair on for almost 2 months. So, yeah. Even when I had it straightened and I would comb through it, hair is shed. It didn't shed as much as it is now that is in this wavy pattern. But it sheds, okay? So, that's the most negative thing. And you'll probably get the most shedding while you're, like, combing it out, make sure getting the tingles out, things of that nature. Or when you wash and co-wash. When I do my co-washes and my washing, I get some more shedding than I do this because it's more like 4 sections and stuff, but it sheds. And honestly, that's the worst time for the shedding is when I wash it or when I'm just like combing it out to get out tingles before I do like a style or something to it. Other than that, it doesn't shed as bad like throughout the day if you don't run a comb or something through it, but it sheds. So anything that you run through with your fingers, a wide tooth comb, a small tooth comb, a Denman brush, a regular brush, it doesn't matter. It's going to be strands left in whatever you use to run through the damn hair, okay? That is the most negative thing that I have about this hair. Other than that, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, the ends on the hair are not that bad either. Let me show you the ends because you can really see it with the 2 braids. There you go. So, you see that. They're not that bad. Yes, the hair is like a natural dark brown, light brown thing. I don't know, but yeah. This is that. So actually, I think the hair ends are pretty good because I've had weave with ends with like I had to cut them like they was real ends and they need they ends clipped to grow type shit. But these are great. So that's a good thing. That is a plus. And yeah. So I'm going to take this off for you guys now. Honestly, I just had it in because, again, with closures, you got to keep up with them like every 2 weeks maybe, depending on your hair, how fast it grows. You may need to get it fixed and pulled back front and reinstalled. So I did that a while ago, but I haven't had a chance to get back and do it again. And the reason being is because I believe I am probably going to take this install out soon. Maybe not this check coming because I have bills to pay, but the check after. And yeah, so I basically just was I pulled it front a little bit and I used some Gotta Be glued and stuff to try to keep it front. But as you can see here, yeah, this needs to come out. Okay, so it blends a little bit, but no, it needs to come out. It's time to pull it back front because it should have been up here. But yeah, anyway, so I just want you guys to be able to see the closure as you see here. Sorry. This is the part she made, and you can see that she bleached the knots. So it's not too bad with my skin complexion. This is a little white because, again, I used some Got To Be glue. So I'll go over that before I leave the house today. But yeah, I'm also going to take this out so that you guys can get an idea of like the water wave pattern. Sorry, hair in my mouth. Ugh, so gross. And yeah, so we're going to, usually when I take out the braid, I wet my hands first just to keep that, you know, and put a little oil depending on where I'm at, because sometimes I'm not here, I'm at my boyfriend's house. But as you can see, okay, so now you guys get an idea of what I mean about this damn closure wave pattern not being the same after a while. So as you can see here, I'm going to stand for you guys real quick. This is beautiful, amazing, and the wave is there before I even put in the braid. The braid just defines it a little bit more. So as you can tell the difference here, this is like the bundles here, and then over here in the front, this is like the closure. You can tell it's great. But yeah, so when I do 4 braids, the waves from the closure will usually start up here, but I didn't do that today. And honestly, it is a little stiff because, again, I put some Got To Be glue for my edges and trying to, like, you know, fix the closure a bit so it doesn't look too tacky when I go out. But because of this, I probably will run a wide tooth comb through it later, but I'm not going to do that right now because, yeah, I'm going to put it back in the braid when I'm done. But yeah, so that is how it looks. Again, these waves are amazing and I love this, and I will probably try this again. And I'm not sure, like, I heard frontals are supposed to be like a winter style because they're high maintenance, and I've been dying to try one. So because I had that feedback, one of my best friends actually did one for her birthday, and she said the same thing, and she has made into a wig, and she still said the frontal is a little bit of maintenance. So I'll probably wait until it gets cool. So when I do the reinstall, I may just buy a frontal and then use the same bundles, because the bundles are great. I can still use these again. So I may just get a frontal and try that. I might have it made into a wig. I'm not sure just yet. I'm not really fond on wigs. I guess I haven't gotten used to them enough. But yeah, I may just do that because it's just easier and better to maintain my real hair under. And yeah, so winter's like glow up time, fall and winter. And I would like to, like, you know, put some more care into my real hair during that time. So yeah. So that's that. I'm sorry, I'm obsessed with these waves. They're so pretty. Like, yeah, okay, no, let me stop. But yeah, y'all get the gist. I'm feeling myself. Feeling myself. That's how I feel with these waves. So yeah, yes. So I do recommend, if you're into hair and you know what you're doing, you know about this stuff, seal your wefts if possible. That's not something that I do. Again, I'm not a pro at this stuff, so I don't seal my wefts. Honestly, to me, it doesn't matter. But because, again, of this problem, the shedding, I would recommend that if you can seal your wefts before doing anything with them. That way, if you do have to cut, again, she used all the bundles. So the 18-inch bundle is the one that ended up getting cut. And again, it was just like this much of a strand that she cut off that she couldn't fit. So it's not a big deal. It's one cut. But just in case, that may help with the shedding a bit. I'm not sure. So I do recommend that if you can, seal the wefts just to be on the safe side, because you don't want to have to deal with the shedding that I'm dealing with. Because it's annoying, but I guess I'm used to shedding. But it is annoying. It does get really annoying, especially when I'm finger combing and my hands is wet because I'm trying to wet the hair and it be all stuck to me. Anyway, seal your wefts if you can. So yeah, that is really about it. I'm so sorry that I could not tell you guys how well this hair holds a curl or not. But again, I'm going to try to curl it this weekend just to see. And hopefully I'll be able to give you like a little short, quick review, maybe like a little 5-minute review just about how well it holds curls. Yeah, so that is really about it. I'm not sure if I missed anything that you guys may be wondering about, but for me to have had this hair for over 2 months, I would say that, again, it's not the best hair, but it's not the worst hair either. I've had worse. And honestly, I would definitely purchase from this vendor again, especially with these prices. I know the sale is not still going on, so I know the prices have went back up, which, because I already experienced the hair, I'm not too, like, stumped, like, you know, I don't really care about that because I got the experience here while it was cheap. to see if it was worth it. And if you're on a budget and you want some bundles and you frugal or something like me, then it's not that bad. You cannot expect to have celebrity quality hair on a normal person budget. So hey, you got to make it do what it do, girls. And this hair, I can make do what it do. So again, I will probably use this vendor again. I would like to try out some other vendors as time goes though, just so again I can help the people that want to try these hair vendors and can't find reviews. So I will be checking those out just to see, and maybe do some reviews on some other ones as time goes past. I also will be coming to you guys with some clothing hauls very soon. Summer is basically just about over, you can say. Labor Day was yesterday. Technically in my world, Labor Day signals the end of summer officially. Everybody's back in school. Some schools have already started back up. I'm in college. Tomorrow I start back. I would have started Monday, but again, yesterday was a holiday. So I start back school tomorrow. I just went and filled out paperwork for a new job today. So I will be working 2 jobs and going to school coming up. So yeah, I will try to come back to you guys as much as I can. Hopefully the wait won't be like it was between these 2 videos. Again, I'm so sorry about that. And yeah, so that's that. I hope I answered all of you guys' questions. Sorry for my little mishaps with my words. Nah, okay. So yeah, if it was anything that you was worrying about or any questions that you had about the hair that I did not talk about, because honestly I didn't talk about a bunch of things, because as I'm sitting here talking I realize how much is there to talk about when it comes to hair. Like, let's be for real. So yeah, if it was anything that you guys want to know that I didn't that I didn't touch base about, leave it in the comments below and I will reply to you. So when you guys leave a comment, I get it in my email, so I will see it and I will reply to it as soon as I can. Usually more likely when I'm checking my email, I reply to it right then and there to give you guys an answer. So again, any questions you have that I didn't answer for you, just leave in the comments and I will directly answer them for you. Thank you for stopping by my channel and checking out this review on the AliExpress vendor Upretty hair. Give them a try if you're frugal and on a budget. Check them out. Bye-bye now.